Hey everybody. Today I am feeling that Lucifer wants to come through. I don't know what he wants to talk about. I just know that he wants to share a message with you. So we are just going to jump right in and get started and find out what it is he wants to share with you today. We're also going to try to not start a fire, if possible. Yeah, we have the sun. Alright, so for some of you, this is confirmation that Lucifer is around you. Lucifer wants to help you. He wants to guide you. Lucifer is actually associated with solar energy in some literature. It depends on where you're looking. But when you connect with Lucifer yourself, you'll find that he is really a neutral being. He is a being of both dark and light. And this is because he is the light bringer, right? He has come out of the darkness to bring illumination and light. And so this is a sign for you watching, whoever this resonates with, that Lucifer is illuminating something for you. He is bringing a truth to light. He is bringing you some kind of wisdom, something that I assume will help guide your path forward. Okay, so we are going to find out a little bit more what it is that he wants to share. We have the Two of Pentacles coming through. You get a few more. The Four of Wands. And the Four of Cups. Okay. The main thing that I'm feeling here from this spread is that Lucifer wants to help you enjoy your life a little bit more. You know, if we think of the myths associated with Lucifer, the stories associated with Lucifer, and even concepts related to the devil, like the devil card in tarot. Lucifer is a symbol of breaking free from things that once held you back, from limitations. And so what I'm seeing here is that you have been in a very stuck energy where it's almost like you're forgetting that life is meant to be enjoyed. And it's not your fault, per se. It's because of the state of the world. It's because of whatever other stressors you're dealing with. You know, money concerns, health concerns, family concerns, relationship concerns, mental health concerns, whatever it is that you're dealing with. It weighs on you so much that you forget to enjoy yourself. You forget that it's okay to enjoy yourself too, some of you. Some of you may be feeling guilty for enjoying yourself because of how much suffering there is in the world, or because of the suffering that you're seeing take place in the lives of those around you. For some of you, it comes down to like a self-worth issue as well. You feel, some of you here feel like a failure. Or you feel like, I'm hearing the words, you'll never amount to anything, or that will never amount to anything. So perhaps you had some kind of vision, some kind of dream that you wanted to follow, or maybe you were just minding your own business, living your life, and someone came along and told you that you will never amount to anything. This could have been a parent or an authority figure in your life, or someone that you deeply cared about who just couldn't see you or refuse to see you, but it's because they couldn't even see themselves. This person feels like they were very messed up, but it feels like somewhere along the lines, or maybe this is something that you consistently tell yourself, even if it's not coming from an authority figure, a family member, a past lover, who knows, a teacher, who knows, someone from your past, right? If they are not the source, this could be something that you tell yourself all the time. Well, I'm not going to go after that because it's stupid. Or I'm not going to allow myself to enjoy something because I can't trust it because it's stupid, because it's not going to last, that kind of energy. So it's like there's lots of blessings that want to come into your life, but you are kind of pushing them away, or I feel like you're putting up your hands, like guarding your eyes almost, where you're like, I don't want to see this, because there's a very deep fear here that if you allow goodness in, if you allow joy in, if you allow yourself to get excited, it's like it feels unsafe to you because you're afraid, like you're constantly afraid that the other shoe is going to drop and that everything's going to go to shit again. Okay? So let's tap in. Lucifer guided me to the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. So I'm very curious what he wants to bring forth from here. So something that he's illuminating to you through these messages and right now through your own experience, he wants you to see how much you hold yourself back, okay? How much you block yourself. It's very easy to blame others. It's very easy to say, oh, well, they're sending me evil eye energy, or, oh, my parents said or did this, so that's why I'm like this. It's very easy to get wrapped up. And it's true. Other people's energy, other people's words, they do affect us. But at some point, we have to be the ones to remove those chains. And that's what Lucifer wants you to see. Okay? He wants you to see that you have the power to free yourself. You have the power to liberate yourself from any blockages that you feel are holding you back, okay? All right, here we go. Oh. All right, let's see here. We have the orphan. Some of you may not have had good parental figures. You may have had to learn how to regulate your own emotions, take care of yourself, nurture your own creativity, if at all, when you were young. It feels like you had parents who just weren't very present. They were unable to give you the love and the nurturing that you needed. Even if they were present, they might have been more wrapped up in their own stuff. Some of you could have been literal orphans. You could have gone through the foster system, and this could be part of why for some of you you feel unable to accept when things are going well. If you were in the foster system, if you were jumping from home to home all the time, never really had a permanent space, or even if it wasn't a foster system, if you were part of a military family or a family that moved a lot, you may have this feeling of like, well, I don't really want to get comfortable here in this joy. I don't really want to make friends or get into a hobby or get into a local scene. I don't want to enjoy myself because I don't know when I'm going to be moved again. Okay, so that could be something that blocks some of you, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have the shapeshifter. Because of your experiences of moving, of being thrown into new environments all the time, maybe your life was just unstable as well. Maybe your parents couldn't, provide for you. Maybe there was money problems. You guys had to move a lot. You went into different school systems. Maybe you were separated from family, whatever it was. You've been in a lot of different environments throughout your life, especially when you were younger. And from that, you kind of had to learn how to adapt to these environments. And it's resulted in your youth. Maybe this is something that you're working through now that you're older. But when you were younger, and maybe the first, 20, 25 years of your life, maybe even up until you were in your 30s, it's been hard for you to really figure out who you are because you've had so many different influences coming, like weaving in and out of your life is what I'm hearing. And so you've kind of learned how to adapt to different places, but now something that's holding you back and keeping you blocked and keeping you from expanding and enjoying yourself and enjoying your life is that you don't really know who you are, okay? Let's see. We have the mystic, but you are very spiritually gifted. You're very spiritually wise. If this is resonating with you, you've probably heard a lot of these messages from your own guides, or maybe you've connected with Lucifer yourself, or, you know, some other being that you might work with. But you've been hearing this, or you've been receiving this message from other tarot readers, or seeing it online a lot. You are very intuitive. You're very connected to the unseen forces. And, they, including Lucifer, want to help you get to know yourself more and better, because when you know yourself, that is when your power is activated, and that is when you can find the things that bring you joy. Okay, so now let's see here. We have Apocalypsis. Yeah. So this is a card about the psyche kind of being split in two. Okay, so that's another thing that we have coming through here. And this is why, okay, it's very apparent in the rest of the cards as well. Let's go back a minute. So, you know, we know your past. It was kind of unstable. It was a little bit hard for you to find your grounding, find your joy, and know yourself. As a result, you've become a very good shapeshifter. You can adapt to new environments pretty well, but they don't always feel authentic, or the personas that you take on don't always feel authentic. And you might feel rejected by others. You might feel rejected by life. You might feel like blessings overlook you. You know, good luck overlooks you, good fortune overlooks you. You may just feel overlooked in general. And it's because the energy is very split here. We have the Two of Pentacles, but they branch out into the Four of Wands and the Four of Cups, which are two very different energies in any tarot deck, right? Four of Wands is about celebration. It's about things coming together. It's about enjoying your life. It's about fulfillment. The Four of Cups is about apathy. It's about rejection. It's about boredom. It's about feeling an emptiness or a distance, right? So this is why you have this split energy. But also look, though, because you are so intuitive and connected to the unseen forces, you are always receiving messages, showing you, illuminating to you where to find your joy, where to find your fulfillment. But because the psyche is split in half, is what we're getting with this card. Okay, it's like there's two of you. There's the side of you that is ready to evolve, you know, and I feel two sides with this shapeshifter as well. Because it's like, on one side, you feel like, what's wrong with me? I don't know who I am. I just take on, you know, whatever vibe of the crowd is happening, or, you know, I just take on whatever vibe I'm drawn to at the time, but I don't really know myself, you know, whatever. But then, on the other hand, the forces are telling you that you can transform into anyone that you want to be. You can become anyone that you want to be. So you get a little stuck because you're like, well, if I lean more into this aspect of who I feel I am I being inauthentic, or am I being fake, or am I just wearing a persona? You know, but it's not about that. It's about activating the aspects of you that are lying dormant. Okay? So what's happening now is that the veil is being lifted from your eyes. And this is something that could have been happening for the last 2 years or so as well, where Lucifer has kind of been guiding your journey, showing you things that need to be seen, right? He's lifting the veil. If it's not him, then it's another being like him. You'll know who's been guiding your journey, but now that the veil has been lifted, the old narrative is breaking, and it's making way for a new story to form. And so that's why it's important that you are choosing correctly, okay? That you are choosing to embody the traits that you are feeling called to embody. Now, you are connected with the forces. So you've already been told, or you've already gotten the impression of where you should be leaning in your life, within yourself. What aspects of you are being called to the forefront, okay? So from there, it's just a matter of continuing to allow the unknown to lead your way forward, to allow the unseen forces to lead your way forward. But the first thing that needs to happen is acceptance of what was, acceptance that you hold the key that will unlock your shackles and move you forward. Taking accountability, right? And then listening to the guidance you've been receiving, leaning into the new story and slowly releasing the old story. It's a process. It's something that is going to take time, but you have strong rebirth energy here. And you also have a lot of power coming through here. So it's really just about being patient with yourself, trusting the process, and asking the forces to continue help guiding you as you keep moving forward. And then once you have liberated these aspects of yourself, that is when you will see changes occur in your life, and you will be able to feel more fulfilled and happy in your experience.